Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I will talk about the first time on this channel. Drum roll please. A movie. As a channel based on talk about shows, I have surprised myself how in my 18 videos how I haven't even recorded. If you live inside the UK, you already know what's up, but for all the others who do not know, let me tell you. But instead of talking about it, I'm just spoiling it myself. I'll be talking about the book that was made before it by the Britain's Got Talent judge David Williams. So yeah, let's get into it. The Boy in a Dress is a children's book written by David Williams and illustrated by Quentin Blake. It is the first book of Williams, a television comedian best known for the type of cult BBC show Little Britain, which ended in 2007. Coincidentally, the last time Arsenal won the Premier League title, I think also the last one. So yeah, it tells us the story of a 14-year-old boy called John and a 12-year-old boy called Dennis who enjoys cross-dressing and the reactions of his family and his friend. It is aimed at readers aged 8 to 12, so at my range, and is intended actually to teach children that cross-dressing is healthy and an acceptable hobby and not something that they should be afraid of. And it has been adapted to a television film and a musical. The television film is what I'm going to be talking about. If this does well, I'll talk about the musical. But yeah, enough chit chat about the book. Let's start in the movie. So, I'm sitting nice and comfortably in your chair. Have a glass, a cup of Coke, can of Coke maybe, some popcorn, because this might be a long video. And I feel like BBC bedtime stories with this. There's no cycle up, so let's begin. It starts with the intro of the book's illustration, which fades into real life, which we get the "I'm just an ordinary boy in an ordinary street" type shit, and you think he has a funny quirk. It's so quirky, guys. Then we get to school where there's like a uniform checkpoint, and Dennis, he sees the popular girl, and the boy is foaming in the mouth. He's like, "Oh my god, she's the popular girl at school," and then the teacher calls his name out. Turns out he's in French class. Classic. I can relate to daydreaming in French. Not like the other part. I can relate so badly to daydreaming in French. So then we get into the day of the life of this guy, which turns out he has Saturday's football. He has football practice. Yeah. Then this video comes out. The video is copyright claimed. The video is copyright claimed. The video is copyright claimed. So yeah, turns out it was copyright claimed. So basically, I'll probably put some text of the video. At the game, Dennis, the boy who is gonna be in the dress, scores a goal by dribbling. Then at their old man's house, it shows how he doesn't go to football games anymore. Yeah, and how his dad and his mom divorced and burnt every photo they had, and his life how it's changed since his mom left, and how in fate Dennis got one as it was all burning. One flew in the sky and Dennis grabbed it. So yeah. Then the next day he went to a registered news agent, which is basically an off license. I saw a magazine, like a Vogue one, calling out to him saying, "Boys can wear dresses too. Boys can wear dresses too." He buys out the news agent, reads it, and he smells it. Fast forward, he starts reading it in bed along with remembering the memories of his mom. Then we find the reason of the divorce. As soon as the guests leave, they start arguing. From there, they just divorced. Dennis starts to tear up, and we see the next day the incompetent dad shrunk Dennis's older brother's school uniform, John, to the point it's his newborn size. How stupid must you be to do something like that? In all seriousness, if you don't know, ask a friend or look up on the internet. The next day, Dennis decides, before finishing breakfast, to bring the magazines to school. Remember, this is in the UK, no America type shit. If you bring a newspaper like that to a UK secondary school, you're getting violated and bullied hard until the second year rolls around. And even then, back in the schoolyard and all that, back in the schoolyard, all the popular groupies will be like, then Dennis is like enemy. She's talking about like he was the captain of the school football team classic. It's all about, and Dennis behind him, like, to be, I don't know if it's cockiness, yeah. He's telling everyone, I'm gonna take the penalty in the football match. Dennis, I don't know if cockiness. Man starts juggling, doing kicky ups behind him. The man that we don't know the name of, he gets vexed and like, you think you're so clever, don't you see? Let's see if he has improved. Hit the can. He does a Lionel Messi-esque volley, misses and hit multiple reflections as it is a tennis ball been hit with power. Enters the principal's office and head of year office. I don't know, as this is a UK classic. Here's the mug, and the girl Dennis liked was in front of there for the fashion sense again and trying to change, like, altering her uniform, was caught laughing and they were both in detention. That's when the two characters were introduced, and then the popular girl's name was Lisa. They introduced themselves. Dennis reveals all the information he has on her. She's like, oh my god, Lisa, you're the coolest girl at school, love your dress sense. And she starts making compliments. Fast forward in detention, Dennis breaks his pencil and is going to go to his fully open bag to get a new one, where Lisa sees Vogue, takes it, hides it under her blazer. They grab chicken and chips after the detention. Dennis walks home with her, and Dennis shared their thoughts on different dresses, and they agreed to meet up on Saturday. Fast forward Saturday, his older brother says, where are you going? And his brother says, oh, I'm going with Lisa. His younger brother says that, Dennis. And John says, oh, I'm going to date with Rihanna. I'll continue this funny trend of average 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. Time to get to this dream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this video around. Maybe if you share this video to 1 million different people, I could probably get like 200k. I don't know. But back to it. At our house, they find out it looks like a designer's workshop. It looks like something that a vintage designer would have. Like, if you don't know vintage, oh my god, you're missing out. All you can see is dresses, and more dresses. And we learned something a bit more about Dennis's mum. She ran off with a guy who has his own roofing company, and apparently they have already had a child. Hasn't even been a year, they've already had a child. And then it explains how a house full of blokes can be boring sometimes. Fast forward 5 seconds. Lisa cannot achieve the qualification she needs to go to design school, as they do not have any design classes in her school. Dennis has his first try on dresses. I give it a. But in all seriousness, the young boy is scared because of social injustices. Like, I live in a house full of blokes. What about the football team? What they think about me and all that? Like, I'm giving you some free motivation, guys. No Erling Haaland, but I'm giving you free motivation. No Kylian Mbappe, but I'm giving you free motivation. Lisa goes over to Dennis's house, where his older brother John is in, and my guy John lied about Dennis going out all day and how he wasn't in the house and you should instead hang out with him. Turns out he spilled water all over his area, looking like he pissed himself. Dennis comes out of the shadows and says he's ready to go, and they both go. At her house, they play dress up again, and then actually wear the dress for the first time. Finally, it only took you 18 minutes out of an hour and 1 minute film, but by peer pressure and for some extra zazz, they go to town. As they're going home, you know the guy that roasted his mum a couple of minutes ago, I said before? Which turns out, yes, Saturday's football. Yes, football practice, yeah. Then, like, this video comes out. He finds Lisa and Dennis and asks for Dennis, as he's needed by the mum, as he needs to pick up to take her to football practice. And, you know, Dennis doesn't get caught for wearing dress. He turns around and his mate in the back, who's in the back seat, he notices him. He recognizes him for a bit. Lisa persuades his mum he's at home, so Dennis needs to outpace the car to get to his home, and in the nick of time, he's dressed and ready for football practice. In the car, rap music is being played.
Jesus Christ is my nigga.
But yeah, at the game, Dennis decides to score the winning goal at home. how they have a big family argument, and Dennis's brother John thinks about the picture he has of mine under his mattress. He gets thrown in the bin. He walks out the next day and starts crying. He just walks out of the house instantly. Goes to school early before his older brother John, and just went to dress to school. Somehow, get uniform checkpoint. He goes through it somehow, and like, I don't know how nobody notices him, but he gets bothered with new questions. She's the new girl. It's all fun and games until you get recognized by his best mate who plays on a football team, because his football ability is obvious, and the look alike. You couldn't recognize if you would recognize me with my football skills. It'll be Sergio Ramos and Pepe put together. But his best mate asked, why is he doing it like this? And then, by association, he can never live this down if this gets caught. If they ever get caught, they'll get into trouble. Turns out, Lisa's next period, who she's following Lisa's timetable, is double French. And Lisa and this guy, Dennis, he used an alter ego. He made himself from France, because he's Lisa's France pen pal. But yeah, to get out of double French and then start embarrassing himself, he asks the teacher, "Great idea, mate. I wouldn't have done anything better myself." In all seriousness, I cannot pretend I know, because I do French, right? Like, in all seriousness, I do French. Like, don't ask me what set I'm in for French in the comments, because I tell you, it's not bad, but it's not good either. It's not like I'm amazing at French. I'm horrible at French. Like, I'm not gonna lie. At lunchtime, he's escaping his brother, where he bumps into the popular kid, causing tension, and the girlfriend of the popular kid's like, why are you such a boyfriend? Like, she's getting vexed. She's like that. I would call it a girlfriend, but it's not like really official. It's not in the title. Like, cause they're both popular kids. Like, you've probably got one of those in your school. So they fight. The wig gets pulled off.
Yeah, Jacko. How about that?
And the whole group is laughing. Long story short, he's expelled in front of anybody in the canteen. So yeah, he's getting homeschooled, and the subjects are getting represented by the newspaper with the TV channel times on. At this point, we still got 20 minutes. So I made this long story short. At the final, at halftime, they got violated because Dennis put them to the final until after his friends call for Dennis, and the whole team wears a dress in the second half, and they win 5-4. The head teacher still doesn't let him in until he is wearing a dress, and he's let back in, and Lisa is allowed to edit her school blazer, and everything's back to normal. Well, he rested his cross-dressing, so basically he goes like, I'm not thinking, and there's something a bit different about me. So yeah, we talked about that. Time for the outro. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications on. Follow my Discord, Twitter and Instagram, and yeah, goodbye.